Thank you, Chairman Barrett and Ranking Member Budzinski. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about VA as you examine the department's planned efforts to reform within its Office of Information Technology. VA operates and maintains an IT infrastructure that is intended to provide the backbone necessary to meet the day-to-day operational needs of its medical centers, veteran-facing systems, benefits delivery systems, memorial services, and all other systems supporting the department's mission. It is also responsible for protecting veteran data against cybersecurity threats. We have reported on VA's challenges with managing a myriad of major IT acquisitions and operations, such as software licensing and cloud procurement over the years. VA's track record of delivering failed or troubled IT systems is in large part why we designated VA healthcare as a high-risk area for the federal government in 2015. We also added VA acquisition management to our high-risk list in 2019 due to challenges with managing its acquisition workforce and inadequate strategies and policies, among other things. Both areas remain high risk today. As requested, I'll highlight some key reform efforts of VA's FY26 IT budget request, and then our work on leading practices and selected questions for assessing agency reforms. VA has requested $7.3 billion to fund its IT systems in FY26, an almost $300 million overall decrease from the prior year. It has also requested funding to support roughly 7,000 full-time equivalent employees, which is an overall decrease of about 11.7% from the 2025 enacted levels. Additionally, the budget request proposed amounts also reflect reduced spending on duplicative legacy systems and pauses in procurement of new systems until VA can conduct a full review of them, resulting in about a $500 million reduction. Further, VA's request states that a reduction of 931 full-time equivalents is consistent with maturing technology delivery models and a shift toward automation and digital services. We have found that effective reform efforts require a combination of people, processes, technologies, and other critical success factors to achieve results. Our prior work describes 12 leading practices that federal agencies can use in agency reform efforts, including efforts to streamline and improve the efficiency and effectiveness of operations. These 12 practices fall into 4 broad categories, such as the process for developing reforms and strategically managing the federal workforce. Our prior work also identifies key questions that can be used to assess the development and implementation of agency reforms. For example, what data and evidence has the agency used to develop and justify its proposed reforms? How has the agency ensured their continued delivery of services during reform implementation? To what extent has the agency conducted strategic workforce planning to determine whether it will have the needed resources and capacity, including the skills and competencies, in place for the proposed reforms? Consideration of these leading practices and relevant questions can benefit VA's development and implementation of its reform efforts. My hope is that VA will be able to satisfactorily answer these key questions for you today, and if not, be able to pivot to do the work necessary and adjust plans accordingly to be able to give you satisfactory responses in the near future. Because if these leading practices and relevant questions are effectively implemented, such efforts can result in success in overcoming VA's long history of ineffectively managing IT resources. On a final note, we have 26 open recommendations that relate to VA's IT operations and cybersecurity posture. They are foundational in nature, so I strongly urge the department to get those fully addressed quickly. Doing so will put them in a stronger position to succeed in many of their planned reform initiatives. That concludes my statement, and I look forward to addressing your questions.